Hello YouTube. Today I'll be showing you how to make a paper cartridge tutorial on the 9x19 SMB Luger, or pretty much any 9mm cartridge like this. I will begin by showing you guys the materials you will need, tools, different parts like this, measurements and everything on each part, and after that I'll pause the video and make the parts and then show you guys how to assemble everything. So to begin, what you're gonna do, and what you want to do is, it consists of several parts. One is the anvil, the casing primer hole, the casing tube and the cup. So if we begin with the anvil, it is 2mm by 3.7mm with a 1mm hole. What I build that one around is a spring like this. I use my piece of paper. Let's see if I can find it here. Here it is. The piece of paper. I glue it onto the end of it and add glue along the strip at the same time as I turn it around the 1mm stick, and when I have the part I just pull it off. After that, that part is pretty much done. Just sand it down, get it nice. The casing primer hole, actually I should show you guys. This is a 2mm wide piece of paper, normal printing paper, and it is 8.5 centimeters long. I'm using centimeters, not from the States, so you can't convert everything to inches, so this will have to do. The casing primer hole, I am using a 2.5mm stick. It's one of these pieces from a paper clamp. You can use a drill or bill or anything, but the hole inside, the small hole that the gases will flow through, is 2.5mm wide. The hole that keeps the cup is 4.5mm. The thickness, that will be from this part right here to somewhere around here, will be 4mm. The bottom part will be 0.5mm thick, and the width, or well, this part will be 9mm. That means that the half hole, or the hole that will keep the cup, will be 1mm or 0.5mm smaller than the thickness. So I actually confused these two. Sorry guys, I'm really sorry. That's how it's gonna be. After that, when you have those two parts, you're gonna have to make the casing tube, which is pretty much just a tube like this, out of a piece of paper like this. It will be 19mm wide by 165mm, or 16.5 centimeters in length. What I used was a normal pen like this, which was at this point right here about 9mm. So this is important because it needs to be very nice. So you put it like this and you twist it until it's tight. Apply a small amount of glue on this end and put it together, and then just start twisting until you have the entire part like this. It's important that you, for this, use super glue. I recommend using cyanocrylate. You can read on the back of the bottles, it should say pure cyanocrylate or just cyanocrylate. The normal ones are cyanocrylate ethyl 2, something like that, which is it dries slower, it's not as strong. This dries in, it's a medium grade, 5 to 6 seconds. It makes it really, really hard. So when you have those two parts, or those three parts, sorry, you will take them, glue in the casing primer hole inside the casing tube at the bottom like this. Take your file and measure 1 millimeter. Then you'll start to make a cut like this, which will be approximately 0.8 millimeters deep. You will make a straight cut like this. You file down 1 millimeter thick, and then you will go 45 degrees up, and that one will be 1 millimeter long. Sorry. Then the rest will be 60 millimeters, and the total length is 19. The thickness is 9 millimeters. No, thickness is 0.5 on each side, or 1 millimeter in total, and the width of it is 10, because you have a 9 millimeter bullet, so you have to add like that. So that's those parts. And now to the cup. The cup is it's quite difficult to get right. You need to practice a lot, but what you need is a 0.2 or something really thin like this. You guys can put that in help. Something like that. This is the bottom of a round pellet casing, like a pellet box, just the bottom of it. It shouldn't be like flexible, should be, so you can bend it. Aluminium or steel will do. I would use steel or iron, but aluminium is just as good. But do not use a Coke can or any aluminium can, because they'll just crack. It's just too soft. That one will be 0.2 millimeter thickness, 2.5 millimeter in height. Here is the actual cup. So the height from, get the focus, from here to there will be 2.5, and the width will be 4.4. That means 0.1 millimeter smaller than the hole for the cup. You make this by cutting out a 10 millimeter curved round cylinder, not cylinder, sorry, like this, and you cut it out by using a scissor. You take your, I have an aluminium block, it's supporting my phone right now, sorry, but you can also take, if you don't have one cartridge, of course you don't if you're gonna make one, but just a 4.5 millimeter hole in a piece of metal. You take your cup like this. Sorry if I had to cut the video, my memory failed, had to delete my Spider-Man movies. Damn. Well, what you do is you take your drill bit. This is a 4 millimeter drill bit, so it will add up to 4.4. And just take, well, this one's supposed to be small of course, but you just simply take it, and then you take your hammer and just hit the top until you have come to a complete stop. After that you pull it out and you cut until the cartridge, until the cup is the right height, 2.5 millimeters, and it should look like this. This one is from that one. I'll be using these ones, but yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. That was all the parts. So now I'm going to pause the video and make all the parts, not assemble it, but make the casing tube, casing primer hole, anvil and the cup, and then show you guys how to assemble everything. See you in a bit.